Hey, what's going on? My name's Chopper. So today we're going to be talking about the relation of the characters from Shadows of Evil to Mob of the Dead. Because if you guys weren't aware, the characters from Mob of the Dead actually did live in Morgue City at one point, and the characters have had interactions and are related in some ways. And I can make future episodes if there's interest in this video. I'll see how this one does. But today we're only going to be talking about two. Like I said, if there's interest in the future, I can talk about the rest of the characters and the ways that they're related and linked as well. But today we're only going to be talking about Jack Vincent and Albert Arlington, or the Weasel. So we know a little bit about each character. We know a little bit about Jack Vincent. We're going to start with him. Jack Vincent is a cop in Morgue City, and we know that from the cutscene that he killed somebody. That's why he's being punished for his sins, is because he killed somebody. Now, who he killed is a little bit unclear, and we're going to try to answer that somewhat a little bit later. But he did kill somebody, but it was a little bit unclear who he killed. But we know that he is a cop. He is a cop, and apparently he is corrupt. From what we know, he takes place in bribes and kind of underhanded stuff, and he's not the most straight-edged cop. We know that for a fact. Now, we need to talk a little bit about the Weasel. So we know a little bit more about him. We know that he was an aspiring comic book artist, and we know that, of course, he's in jail because he committed a crime, and we're going to go into his crime in a little bit. But we know that Albert Arlington was an aspiring comic artist, and he was into all these sort of superheroes and building stuff. That he really designed the plane from Mob of the Dead. He designed the plane to escape, and he designed the Blunder Gun. All these sort of inventions around Mob of the Dead are his ideas and his inventions that he created. So we know that he's an aspiring comic book artist and some sort of an inventor. So that is the basic groundwork and the basic knowledge and information about these two characters. Now we're going to go ahead and get into the story of the relation of these two characters and what the situation is and how the Weasel actually ended up in jail and how Jack Vincent plays into this. So judging by the narratives, or not the narratives, judging by the audio cues, I think I have some sort of story as to why the Weasel went to jail and the way Jack Vincent plays into this. So from what we know, from what we can understand, the Weasel tried to rob a bank. So the Weasel's crime is that he tried to rob a bank. That's what really set him to get in jail in the first place, is that he tried to rob a bank. Now, was he alone? We aren't sure. We aren't sure if he's alone. Somehow I doubt it. I feel like he was with others. He couldn't have robbed a bank alone. I feel like he was with other people. Do we know those other people? I don't think so. I don't know if we will find out, and I don't know who they are. We're going to talk about that in a second, who one of them possibly could be. But we know that he tried to rob a bank, and he tried to use explosives to rob a bank, because you hear audio cues, you hear quotes from Jack Vincent and the Weasel talking about explosives to blow open a bank safe. So we know that he tried to use explosives to blow open and destroy that bank safe to get the money out, and that was, obviously didn't go as planned, and he ended up getting arrested. Evidently, Jack Vincent was on the scene. He was on the site when it happened during the robbery, and he apparently arrested the Weasel. He's the reason that the Weasel got sent to Alcatraz, from what we know. From what we can understand, Jack is the reason that Albert is in jail currently. So we know that Jack did take Albert to jail, but we don't know if he killed anybody during that robbery. Like I said, if he wasn't alone, he possibly could have killed somebody. When you pick up, I believe it's the CUDA with Jack Vincent, I don't think he had a weapon, because he said that he could have used this like during that robbery. I don't think he had a weapon, so I don't think he made any kills during this robbery. So from what we can understand, all we know is that Jack Vincent made the arrest for the Weasel to get sent to Alcatraz, but we also know that Jack Vincent killed somebody, because that's why he's being punished for his sins. He did kill somebody, but who it is, we aren't too sure yet. We aren't 100% confirmed. We don't know exactly who this is, but we're going to talk about it in just a second. My theory is that the person who he killed was actually one of the robbers with the Weasel. Now, bear with me, I'm going to explain this. I think that we know that Jack Vincent was taking bribes, and so I think my theory is that there was a robber with the Weasel during the robbery that Jack Vincent arrested as well, but he bribed Jack to let him go and to set him free and to not be sent to Alcatraz, which I think is completely plausible. I think that is a definite possibility that could have happened, that a robber somehow got out of the being sent to Alcatraz, the sentence, by bribing Jack Vincent. So what do you guys think of that theory? Let me know in the comment section down below. Now, we know that Jack Vincent has, in the cutscene of Shadows of Evil, I was not the first one to find this, but Jack Vincent is actually carrying a different set of dollar bills. These are $100 bills, and these are not from the 1940s. Shadows of Evil is set in the 1940s, and these $100 bills that you're seeing right now is not the ones from 1940. The ones from 1940 actually look like this. So my theory about that is that Jack Vincent actually was time traveled with Richtofen somehow is in plan with Richtofen. Jack Vincent is aware of what is going on, and maybe Richtofen had given him this money, and this is probably part of the plan to set things right. Now, how is this setting things right by killing this guy? I'm not sure. I don't have enough information to speculate and make any judgments about that, and that's why where I want to turn over to you guys is, why do you think he has these new dollar bills instead of the 1940s ones? I don't think this is a slip up by Treyarch, because they never miss anything. They would examine a trailer a million times over to make sure they didn't miss a single thing, especially something this blatant. I'm pretty sure that's there for a reason. That has to be there for a reason. So let me know what you guys think about this. And I think that the characters in Shadows of Evil know a lot more than we give them credit for, especially Nero. And if you guys want me to make future videos about this, about the relations of the characters from Shadows of Evil to Mob of the Dead, I can definitely do that. I had a lot of fun making this video, and let me know what you guys thought of this as well. If you guys did learn something from this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.